everybody, happy Fun Artifact Friday. Today my artifact for you are these ration books. So Canadians in World War II had to become accustomed to using a rationing system. And basically how that worked was you had ration books like this with coupons in them, and the coupons inside would be required to trade for foods that were scarce during the wartime. So we're going to take a closer look at this one. This one was awarded to Stuart Jean of 11 Taylor Avenue in Kirkland Lake. So it had your address, your name, a prefix, and a serial number that went along with you and each book that you got. So in here, they've got some rules on how to use them. These ones, of course, have already been used. The coupons have been taken out, and there's some still at the back here. So that's what they look like on the inside, and you can take a closer look here at some of the other ones that we have. So believe it or not, sugar was the first food to become rationed in January of 1942. As you can imagine, this severely limited baking. And if you took sugar in your coffee or tea, you wouldn't have to worry for long, because coffee and tea were the next goods to be rationed. They were being shipped overseas to soldiers. These rations were harsh, with 1 stick of butter, 24 tea bags, and 1 cup of sugar per week for an adult. To put this in perspective, today we consume about half a cup of sugar daily on average. These harsh limitations meant that bakers had to get creative, and get creative they did. One popular dessert at the time was tomato soup cake, in which milk was substituted for tomato soup. Another thing to note was just because you had a ration card didn't necessarily mean that the item you required would even be in stock. Just like we experienced in March with toilet paper shortages, shortages of goods in this time were common. The last ration book was issued in 1946. As for a time after the war, Canadians continued to send goods overseas to post-war Europe, and in total, 6 coupon books were issued that look just like these ones here. Now, during this time, another thing interesting to note is that alcohol was also rationed, so beer and wine, different things like that. Even though these weren't scarce during the war, at the time, the Prime Minister, W.L. Mackenzie King, wished that Canadians didn't consume so much alcohol, so he instituted this rationing system. Now, of course, this didn't go so well, and the bootlegging industry just boomed. And all we have left to remember those times are these ration books for beer and wine. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next week for another Fun Artifact Friday.